Hello, everyone. This is Maria from mariascraftingcorner.com. Welcome to another Simple Stamping Sunday video. As a reminder, this is a pre-recorded video. We are going to be making a card using one of my all-time faves stamps. It's from the annual catalog, well, bundle in this case. I think I've used it several times. You've seen them. And so I just thought it was a good idea to come up with an alternative to the bundle, just to give you, extra ideas to put that bundle into play. Now, I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I will, as such, I would love to spoil you with, starting with a free catalog. If you don't have a demonstrator already that you're working with, you can send me an email to Maria at mariascraftingcorner.com, and I will gladly send you a catalog. And actually two catalogs, because we now have the annual catalog and the mini catalog. The mini catalog I may refer, if I talk about it, sometimes as the holiday catalog, because it just has so many holiday related stamp sets and products, but it also has other stuff, so it kind of is easier, I guess. The second thing is that sorry guys, if you buy $50 before shipping and taxes in my online store, and I should move a little bit here, you will get this memory packet for free this month. I usually usually kind of request or buy them more or less by the end of the month. So I usually get them, I don't know, probably the 5th or 7th or 8th of each month, and then I'll mail them afterwards. But you will get this for free. You don't want to miss this. This is an amazing little packet. If you are like me, that you like a variety of things, meaning you can have high-end cards like some of the ones I make in my videos, but then you also sometimes need like quick cards, right? And it's okay to do both. So this is a super helper. The other thing that you can use this a lot is for scrapbooking. I love that scrapbooking, and Stampin' Up! Actually has what they call pocket scrapbooking. I have not tried it, but I think I'm going to. Anyways, lovely option, yours for free if you buy on my online store. The last thing I want to bring up today here is the starter kit. So this month, so between the 1st of October till the 31st of October, Stampin' Up! Is having this huge offer for your starter kit if you want to join Stampin' Up! So you can either get 30% off of the kit. So I think the kit will end up costing something along the lines of $65, but you'll get $99 worth of product. Or you can buy pay the $99, but buy extra 35% more worth of product. I hope that makes sense. It makes a lot of sense in my brain, but I'm not sure. Anyways, if you have any doubts, or if you want to join and want extra information, my team is now called the Messy Crafters. So welcome to all of those that have joined. I do appreciate you guys joining, and welcome. But again, it's just a lot of fun. You do not have to be a demonstrator, like a working demonstrator, but it does, the moment you sign, you get 20% off. If you have some extra sales, and let's face it, I am my best customer, you get 25% off. And then sometimes if you whatever get somebody that buys from you or whatever, you even get even extra discounts. So totally worth it, guys. On top of these, if you sign up this month, you will get access to the on stage, and that's a really nice kind of gathering, online gathering from Stampin' Up, and we'll make some cards, and there's a lot of good stuff. Anyways, totally worth it. Send me an email. I will gladly answer all your questions. Okay, let's see. Let's go to the crafting table. Ta-da-ta-ta! Here we are. So we are going to be working today with my all-time favorite, two-tone flora. I love double stamping. Is it double stamping? Well, however you call it, stamping on stamping. Like this flower, you know, kind of belongs to this flower, and it creates some of the depth and the dimension in the flower. I absolutely love it. I am not very good at it. I use my Misty, if it's Misty or my Stamparatus, whatever. The Stamparatus, unfortunately, was discontinued, so I'm using my Misty, and I have a link down below if you're interested in the Misty. And it brings these gorgeous dies in the Stampin' Up! World. We call these a bundle, but this also brings, I have it out here already, a big die to create, let's put that there, to create just like a background, right? I have used this in other videos to just create some beautiful cards. We are going to do today a little bit of an extra with this, so we can again have an extra alternative to just a regular die. Okay, so that is what we're going to be using today. I think most likely we will be using the Wanted to Say dies. I have used them a lot too. I keep saying, guys, you need to buy whatever stuff is really going to build for you, right? I don't think, I mean, you want to buy all you want. Don't hear to me, and buy from my own store for that matter. But the truth is, I know, times are tight. You don't want to waste, $1,000 worth of products in Stampin' Up, which I do, but I can't. But there are things that are really useful, and those word dies are one of them. And I have used them a lot in my videos, in my cards. They're just super, super useful. There were ones, I don't think I have them here too, a couple of years ago that I have used a lot. So to me, word dies are super, it's it's on top. It's like the layering dies, like the decal circles or the decal rectangles. Those are dies that are just, to me, totally worth it. So two things. This is Moody Mauve. And this is 8.5 by 5.5. And I have to be completely honest with you guys. I have not decided if I'm going to have the Moody Mauve background or if I'm going to have a white one. But because I am not sure, I am going to cut both, and we're going to kind of play together to see which one we like the best. Okay, so this is again 8.5 by 5.5, and we are going to align now this 8.5 side to the top of the trimmer, and we're going to score at 4.25. If you are new to stamping or to card making and you have questions, please, for real, don't hesitate and send me an email. My email, which should be here in a minute, there you go, is maria@mariascraftingcorner.com. I will really love to answer any of your questions, and we are going to do the exact same thing with this Moody Mauve color cardstock. We are aligning that 8.5 towards the top of the trimmer, and we're going to score at 4, and that's off a little bit, at 4.25, which is the half of 8.5. So I'm just going to point out this in here. I think you need to help yourself. I had made some marks in the main measurements. So this is 5.5, 4.25, 4.5, 2 3/4, which is the half of 5.5, and 2 1/8, which is the half of 4.25. So those are pretty good measurements to keep in mind, and I just have them there. I'm going to go ahead and fold both of these and bring my bone folder. That was like a little bit lame. And get that situated. So all I'm doing is helping my, there we go, that that score line to just fold it so it looks good. We're going to let that be for a moment. We're going to be using our die cut embossing machine quite a bit, and that may be one of the times that I will speed up the video or cut and come back. I don't know, just because you don't need to see everything I am doing, doing the whole die cutting. I mean, that takes time. But I do want to show you, part of what I'm doing, I'm creating a window in that very intricate die, right? And so I am using the, oh my God, Stylish Shapes, which is one of my favorite sets. And this is the biggest square and the one that follows through. I have already cut two of them because I want to build a little bit of like depth in the card, and we are going to cut together the next piece. But this is why, because I want to show you what I did. So I put, let me remove that email there. You don't need to see that. Okay, there we go. I use several pieces of that post-it tape, and this one is even like all together like this, is holding it as best as it can. So I have more or less the same square all the time, right? So I'm not going to say it's perfect, but it is more or less the same square. And so when you glue this together, it's going to look all aligned, and not one piece a little bigger or moved, because what could happen is that you move one of these edges, and so one of the edges is going to be thinner than the other and one not. So I did that, and that's a little tip if you want to do this several times so you have more or less the same result every time. Let me bring my embossing machine. If you don't have one of these and you really like crafting, this one has had a lot of love, as you guys can tell. It's very dirty, poor girl. I really think this is worth getting. I love it. I know there are other electronic cutting, die cuttings and whatever. I have not tried any. And actually, if you have one and you love it, tell me in the comments. What should I get if I were interested to get one? And so I'm going to bring here, and if you're new to embossing, almost all the machines have several layers, right? So this is our big layer. Stampin'Up has them numbered. So first layer, second layer. This would be our third layer that we're going to put in here. You guys can tell this is seeing a lot of love. And I'm going to put this in here. And as you can tell, I am making sure that barely moved. I'm actually making sure that did not move. That did not move. And so I am, as much as possible, I am making sure that it's going to be more or less the same square. I'm going to cut this in here. I mean, not cut. Adhere this well to the paper so it doesn't move. I'm going to bring one of the other ones. So these plastic plates, you will always get two of them. Yeah, they are very messed up. Poor plates. And now you do. I always say this is a great arm exercise. And just because I'm going to run it twice. Okay. Now I'm going to move these, mostly out of the way. Oh, by the way, I completely forgot to mention, I am using one of our online exclusive products, and it is called Tartan Foil Specialty Paper. It comes in Los Lagoon, copper clay, and it's the same concept all over. And the one we're using today is with Pebble Path. Okay, I absolutely love this paper. I think it's a wonderful paper for mail cards, and that's one of the reasons why I love it. And so we are going to remove these. Now we can get rid of, finally, these because I'm not going to use them anymore. I always save those Post-it because they are so useful and you can reuse them and reuse them. Okay, so I'm making these, removing these pieces, as you can tell. And now we have 3 little pieces that we're going to put all together to create a little bit of depth in it, to it, right? We are going to, and I'm going to do this real quick, we need another piece of, another white, here it goes back again, another white big square, and I'm just going to go ahead and do that real quick. Okay. Oh, that moved. Be careful because it does like to move. Hence the Post-its, right? Okay, I'm going to do that as quick as I can, and we now have those two. Moving these out of the way so it's not too terribly busy in here. So we are going to use these later on. I'm going to put this back where my little kind of stash of things are, and we're going to go ahead and glue this first. So we're going to give it some time, right, to dry. So this is the thick cardstock, and again, I'm just using thick cardstock because I want these to be a little bit thicker. And so we're going to bring the other white, and we're going to align them with our hands. That's what's usually the easiest, and that's partially why I'm using glue too. And get this all together. There you go. Align enough, and now we're going to bring the glue again and go ahead and apply glue on the front. And it doesn't matter really because nobody's going to see this, right? But hey, habits are habits. And there you go. Okay, so that is our little frame for our window. You see it's a little bit thicker in here, and I absolutely love how this looks already. Okay, we're going to leave that. We're going to let it to dry. I have 2 pieces here. Let me remove these. I don't know where the other one went. I don't like when that happens. I feel a little scared when my squares disappear, but I'm pretty sure it's here somewhere. We are going to be using, I already have them cut. It's 2 pieces of, let's see, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, which is just 1/8 smaller from our regular cardstock, okay? And this one is not very well done. Look at that, guys. But we'll use the other side if we decide to use this. Okay, so this is, see, it's just 1/8 smaller. And one of these, we're going to use this side. And I can actually glue this to one of these, but I am not sure yet. So maybe later we'll define that. And the other one, we're going to use the dark side. And to the dark side, is the one that we're actually going to die cut with that gorgeous die, detail die. I love this die. And yes, we are going to bring back our friendly embossing machine. Like I said, really, really good armor cap. And let's see. Whoops. I found my little square, so I'm putting it up in a safe place. And this is a safe place. It is a little magnet bowl. If you don't have one, you need one. You see all my dies end up there, and it's just lovely to know that I won't lose them. And I have these. These fits perfectly in it, as you guys can tell. I can tell that it is, there you go. I'm just making sure that it is perfectly aligned together. I don't know if that makes sense. Of course it doesn't because you're not seeing. So if I do this like this, it's a little bit bigger. Can you tell? So the die is a little bit bigger. So this die is probably like 5 and, what would it be? 5/16, I think. But because I don't like working with 16s, what I am doing is I'm centering the piece of paper in the die, right? See? Now and this is totally eyeballing it, but it seems like that is going to be good. Now, I am going to turn this, put it in here, hold it, hold it, hold it, and bring one of those Post-it tapes that I had, so it sticks to there and it does not move. And now I'm going to bring this up. Now, it has been my experience, guys, that when you're doing this die, because of how intricate it is, do it several times. It takes nothing. It's good for your arms. I am going to run it about 2 or 3 times. Like I said, it's a good workout. I am probably going to cut this because you don't need to see me doing this 4 times, but do it several times because it's much better to have it all cut. This specialty paper is a little thicker than a regular designer series paper, so I think, you know, again, it's just worth it. It takes no time. It's good for your arms. Okay, I think we're done. I was going to stop the video, but since we're done, we're done. Okay, let's see if that is really done. And we are going to turn this around and see. So if I find, it seems like it is. It seems like it is. So hopefully it is. We are going to find out anyways pretty soon. Stampin' Up! Has this wonderful, wonderful tool called the Take Your Pick that has several attachments. I am going to bring one of the attachments that I don't use all the time, but it's super, super useful for these kind of dies that are more intricate, right? So look at that. So without taking the die, I learned the hard way. You guys can laugh. You put this back in this little foamy thingy that, by the way, comes with the attachment. This is an extra. You buy this separate. And then we're just going to kind of go around with our little brush. And if it's cut well, it will loosen up. Now, the good news is that because we have these attached, then guess what? If we need to run it again, we can. So now go ahead and take those really, you know, like the smaller parts that are really annoying to do, poke one by one. So before I bought this attachment, I just used my little pokey tool here to poke 1, 2, 3. It was quite tiring. Not tiring, but time consuming is the word. Okay, so I'm going to turn this back and we'll see how we did. Look how well we did, guys. I'm going to remove all these debris, get this back in here, and we're going to keep going at it. Right? Super simple. Don't you just love things when they make it simple? I always say that one of the advantages of Stampin' Up! Is that it's like stampers building for stampers. And so what you have is people that is interested in helping you. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I should pay attention to what I'm trying to say, is that, you know, it's somebody that knows what your needs would look like when you are stamping, when you are working, because they do the same things, right? And I think, guys, we did a really, really good job in here. Let's see. I'm moving that out. It seems like we did. Okay, so there's maybe a couple of extra pieces. There's one there. Oh, that is, by the way, a little rebellious. Look at that. We may have to do this. I am just not sure. Okay. I know that piece needs to go, so I'm taking that piece off completely. I'm going to turn this around and see where I have the other piece. And it's this piece that is not cut correctly. Can you guys tell? I can tell. And I think that is the only one that did not cut correctly. I'm going to go cut these run it again, and then come back. Okay, I'm back. We made it, I think. Let's bring our thingy here, and we did. Okay, so I am just going to remove these two pieces of the Post-its. I'm just cleaning all the mess in there and putting that out of the way, and all these tiny pieces, and we are going to remove this. And this is, again, there are things that I really think that are needed. One of those is the take your pick. So let's go ahead and remove this. Do this gently. It's such a beautiful and intricate piece. You don't want it to just like go bad because you did not take a minute. I'm putting our things back out there, and this is our piece. So our front is the darker piece. This is going to go on top in here like this. And that's why I have to decide if I want these on a I keep thinking maybe white. I don't know why. I'm not sure. So do I want the Moody Mauve or do I want this piece? And I am not sure yet. In this piece in white. I like with the white. I'm usually not very good using white, but I think I'm gonna go with the Moody Mauve because it just makes such a beautiful color combination. And made that decision. We're gonna move with that, and I think it's gonna work well. These, for whatever reason, is super rebellious today. All that means is we have great cardstock, guys. Stampin' Up has such good quality in cardstock. It's completely worth it. I'm changing my little attachment there, and we are going to go ahead and glue this to our card base. I'm bringing my Stampin' Seal Plus, and I am making sure I have the side I want, which is this beautiful lighter side, because we're going to use the darker side on top. I always extend my cards and put them vertical because it's easier for me to see. But I mean, for by all means, you have to do what's good for you, right? Like don't look for something different. If this does not work for you, this does not work for you. The second thing I can do, no, not yet. Just kidding, guys. Just kidding. We still have one last thing to do, and that is we're going to create our little window here. And our little window is using the smallest of those two dies we used. So I'm bringing this one here, and I am trying to decide now where do I want it. It's got to be centered enough. Oh, I lost all my little pieces. Goodness, I have a few more. So, oh, and I moved my... I kind of forgot this step, I guess. Sorry, guys. Okay, so bring in our cutting and embossing machine. Can't tell I don't use it, right? There's a lot of love in this card here. This is a machine that I use all the time. So if you think out, if you're buying something and you're feeling a little guilty, kind of, oh my God, is this something I need really? I think it's something you need. It's much better to save a little bit and buy these than buy tons of stamps and dies, because in the end, you can use this over and over and over again. Stamps, you know, you will use them, you may not use them, whatever. So I think this is totally worth it. I'm trying to see, I want to leave more or less the same edge in here. I'm making sure, well, not making sure, I'm trying to make sure it is as straight as possible. But you guys know, I don't do anything straight. I'm actually need like to see this in here to see if it's straight. It's harder for me to see when it is down, just because I can't put my big head on top of it without you seeing my big head. I think this is good enough. So I'm actually bringing this little piece of Post-it tape in there. Seems steady enough. And I'm going to bring another little piece so it does not move. Sometimes it moves, and you don't want that. And if it's not perfect, guys, it's okay. It's okay too, right? we are going to run this one more time and we'll be done. It looks like it ran through like no problem. Of course, this is barely nothing. Okay, finally, taking this out of here. Hopefully, we don't need it back. This is what you end up with. Save this because you can totally do something with this. I don't know what, but I can assure you that if you bring these with maybe not that, but this side, I mean, you can totally do this in a different, like the other way around, right? It may be not with that, but with white. There you go. And create maybe another layer, and then that's so super cute. So save this because you're totally going to need it, or you can use it later on. Okay, putting my things in there, save. This looks straight enough. I think it is. And here is our little window, and that's how that's going to look. Now, I'm going to bring this piece in here, and we're going to align this. So all I'm doing is trying to see where I need to glue my big square. Seems like that is the good spot. I'm making sure it's sort of straight, so I'm going to follow the lines, you know, since we have some flat in here, and making sure that works, and I think that's going to work. So I'm going to align this again, make it straight, right? One last check. It's not a bad idea to check it, and that it's where it stands. And we are going to glue this. I am going to hold this and bring glue on one side and then bring glue on the other side. So I kind of know I really did not move. I've moved very, very little, right? Okay. So let's go ahead and dry that well. The other thing I'm bringing this just for guidance at this point in time. I am going to bring, let's see, what is it? Sorry, guys. The little leaves from the stamp set. And this is why. So I do have a variety, same as always, of little flowers that I want to put around, right? And you'll see we'll build this together, but I want to kind of stamp a couple of these around. I'm thinking I'm going to stamp one there. And I am going to bring, I'm thinking, which I think I want Old Olive. So I'm going to bring my little tiny thing in here. Let's build this so we know. All these are the flowers that belong to the stamp set. So we're going to again, this is just kind of sort of building so we know. I think I'm going to put this one. Maybe I want this one on top. The other one, I put that one underneath all the layers, but I think I want this on top. And I'm not sure I like that one that very much. I have that one. I really like this one, so this one can go there. I have yet a couple of other ones. This one's going to go on top in here. And I have another one. I like this one. We can put that one. And so our leaf needs to go in there. So I'm going to remove everything like that, but kind of keep in there so I know exactly where I want my leaf. And I'm going to remove this because we don't need this anymore. And I'm going to put my finger there. Make sure that's stamping correctly. And I'm just going to put it there. We'll make it work anyways, but I just want to make sure it's going to work. And the other thing I want to do is just in case, no, I'm not going to even risk it. We're going to leave it as is. Okay, so our next step, guys, is cleaning that. We're going to bring our little die in here. Sorry, I forgot the word. And we're going to bring glue. I do love these glue up. It's called Fine Tip Glue Pen. It belongs to Stampin' Up. I know that there's other you call this? There's other places like Amazon that sells something similar. The one that Stampin' Up sells comes with a glue, type of glue. I kind of used that pretty quickly and then moved on to put my Tombow in here. And it has worked wonderfully since. Okay, I'm just making sure it has glue all over those borders, right? Because that's part of the important part. Needs to be glued on. And here on the top. It's very shallow on the top and on the bottom because, like I said, I think it's like a little bit bigger. So, but and the way to do this, guys, it had worked for me, so I'm just gonna do that. Is I'm holding with one, getting all glued up, but holding one hand, holding it up high, and aligning on the top, on the bottom. Actually, this is the bottom. Yes, making sure I'm doing the right thing. Right, and so now I can hold this, and we can go ahead and put this through, and there you go. Okay, so now we have our little base. Okay, so now that we have these ready, we can put this together. I am not going to attach these right now, but I want to start to keep it there so I have an idea of where it ends for this first flower. And I think that will do. I just don't want this to happen. Let me move this here so you can see what I'm doing. I just don't want for us to mess that up. So I'm going to leave that there for 1 minute, and we're going to glue our little frame. I'm going to move that out of the way. I am just making sure that it looks, that I don't see any of the gray in here. And that's one of the reasons why I chose the darker gray, because it's easier to see against the white, right? Okay. Now that stays there, and see, it's not gluing completely, but that's going to work towards my advantage because we're going to put some glue in here, mostly. It's not very decisive, huh? And let's see. There, that looks, I can see it there, and I don't want to see it anywhere. Okay. I want this, oops, a little bit there. Let me see. Sorry, guys. Well, there's a way to solve this, right? If I could only find my scissors, that'd be amazing. I could not find them, so in the meantime, let me bring my big scissors. I'm just going to cut a little bit in here, and that's going to help me with what I'm trying to do, which is being able to align these more towards the side, more like there. And I'm still seeing a little bit of that other piece, so I'm going to bring these and cut a tiny piece in here, and that'll be fine too. And it will be really, really nice to see to know where I put my scissors, guys. I don't know. Anyways, so now I'm bringing this back in here. I'm going to put glue. This is kind of dry, I guess. I don't know. What do you guys think? There it is, working much better. Maybe before it needed that maybe before it knew that I still did not have this really well aligned, and I needed to work on that first. Okay, now that looks much better because I really wanted this flower to not to not overshadow or be on top of our leaves there. Now this is obviously not gluing very well, so I am bringing my glue back again in there, and we're going to hold that for a minute or two, and I'm doing every side now because I want it to really, really stay. And so I'm holding that for a minute there. We're going to turn this around, not a minute, it's a few seconds, and put more glue on this side as well. Okay, I think that should do. I'm just holding it for a second so it stays. Doesn't this look so pretty? First of all, I have to tell you guys, I really, really love the color combination of Bubble Bath and Moody Mauve. in Blackberry Bliss. And I should have said that. I'm sorry, guys. So these, let's go flower by flower. This flower is Bubble Bath Stamp Off a little bit, and Bubble Bath and to get that dimension, but you can totally see it even if it is tone on tone, just because I stamped off the, you know, the other one. So the full body one. Then these two are Moody Mauve and Blackberry Bliss. So the Blackberry Bliss is the one that's defining the flower, right? Yeah, the lines, outline. Is that the right word? This one is actually Bubble Bath and Moody Mauve stamped off, so I could create a softer version. This one is Old Blackberry Bliss. The body is stamped off, and same with this one. So I don't really like this one very much. That one is the Bubble Bath with Blackberry Bliss. It's too strong, I think. I don't particularly love it. So let's see. Let's go ahead and build this. I'm going to bring this out here. And because this is a little thick, I am going to need some dimensionals to get this going, right? So let's see. So these have dimensionals on one side, and then we're going to adhere it on with glue on the other side. So just like that, we'll move this, something like that. I really, really like this color combo. I know I've said that already, but I love it. The last one I want to put is this one. This is going to go on top just like that. And I'm going to bring, I think I want this one. This one is going to go off a tiny bit. Even if it is underneath, it just looks fine to me. So it's underneath there, but I'm going to put a little bit of glue here, but it just looks fine. Like it's all coming together really well, I think. Our flower needs to go there. I want it on top, remember? And I'm bringing this one, actually, I'm going to remove these a bit here. I'm going to bring this one down, down, down. Ah, I don't like when that happens. When a dimensional gets rebellious. So let's see. This one is right there. So I want this one right below here. So we have a glimpse of it. That's fine. Let me, mostly. So I'm going to put glue in here, all of here. And we're going to bring, oops, another dimensional to put where we had it before. And I think that will do. So let's see. This, I want it like that in there. And then we'll put our big flower in here. We still have a couple more that we could put in here if we wanted to just create some extra, I don't know. No, I just don't think so. Let's see. Unless this is going there. Like there, maybe. Maybe like that. Okay, I think I like that. So bring this back in here. And I'm actually going to glue this and open. I shouldn't do this, guys, but I don't think I want it out. More like that. So it's inside. I'm going to move this a tiny bit. And this is what designing looks like, right? Like nothing comes like straight perfect. I don't think so. Or maybe it does for some people, not for me. Maybe that's what I should say. I'm going to bring the big dimensionals, guys, because that is what makes sense. This one will go here. And the rest, and then maybe one in here. Let's see, what do I have? So that one goes there, this one goes in here, and then I am, yeah, just like that. This one removed itself. Just like there. Okay. I'm still thinking a little bit about this. like that. That's how I want it. Sorry, guys. Takes a little bit, like I said, to design some of these things in, because in the end, it's like what you think you have, but then I'm gonna put some glue on the side. It's probably easier for me to do that than trying to do differently. And that's pretty much our card, guys. We're done. We have an extra color one here that we could put there if we wanted, or here, or we can just save that for later. Okay, so the next thing I have available is using, like I said, the wanted to say dies. I got a happy birthday. And for these happy birthday, I am using the, keep forgetting their names, guys. It's called Soft Shimmery Specialty Paper. This is in our annual catalog. It comes in Pretty Peacock. Let me show you here. Pretty Peacock in Navy Blue, Night of Navy, Berry Burst, Lost Lagoon, and Bubble Bath. I know this looks a little bit more like Fresh Freesia-ish, but it is Bubble Bath. And I am going to remove the pieces. Oh, now I lost my Take Your Pick too, because why not? Guys, sometimes I swear to God, I don't know where I put it. Well, we'll do this by hand with our Take Your Pick. Which, okay, I found my scissors, and that will help me while my Take Your Pick appears, because at least this has a little bit pokey thing. So we have our happy birthday. I absolutely love this paper. I have used it a lot with many options. It is great to just bring a pop-up of color like we are doing right here. Okay, so we have our happy and our birthday, and so here is the back, and I put it on white so it really pops up, and then we're going to glue this in here. And so like that, it's very easy to see. Isn't that super beautiful? Okay, let's go ahead and bring our birthday. We're going to go with a little pen, glue pen. That's how it's called. Like I said, I have loved it. Let me show you why I love it. So the cap of these has a little pin inside, and it just helps so much with that not getting stuck. I cannot tell you how much I love it. It's super useful, that little pin in there. So again, you can go buy something in Amazon cheaper. I've probably have this for a good year, maybe less, I don't know, but I've had it for a while now, so it's lasted a very, very long time. And let's go with our happy. Oops, okay, I think we got it. And there it goes. Doesn't that look just phenomenally beautiful? That white is a little bit off, so I'm hoping the glue gives me a little bit of time. And there we go. Isn't that gorgeous? Let me show it up close because it's hard to see this because of the reflection. This tartan paper has some shine to it, so it's harder to see. The next thing, I really want to pop this up, of course. That's nothing new. So I'm going to bring, and I'm going to use the backs, not the backs, the sides of our dimensionals. These dimensionals, if you see that they have like weird, it's a weird size. It's not like your regular dimensional. It's because it's not. These are leftovers from my paper pumpkin kits. And so I just save everything, of course. And I've said that many times in the past. They are very useful, and again, it's just the way I see it, it's an extra that you get from your paper pumpkin kit. So if you don't know what paper pumpkin kit is, I would gladly let you know what it is if you are interested. It is a monthly subscription by Stampin'Up, and it really brings everything you need on the sorry guys, I'm trying to figure out how to put this. I think that will work. On the box. So it's a little box, and it brings everything you need to do the sorry, to do the the cards or whatever they have designed for that month. I do paper pumpkin kit alternatives, and so on the weekends mostly it's turning out to be more or less Fridays like 6, but I don't want to. And I'm gonna put this one. I'm putting it a little bit on the top in here, so on top of the flower, but not on top of anything else. And that is your card, guys. Isn't this a super, super beautiful? Now, because we have these and we have a place and we can totally try to work on this. I'm going to bring that card base that I had cut initially. We are going to cut these at, I would say, 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. We are going to glue this in here. I'm going to center this as best as we can and glue this in here. And yes, I'm going to use glue. I think that in the past, guys, this is so funny. I have used over and over my Stampin' Seal Plus, right? And I really love it. But I think that once you have your glue open, like you don't want to use anything else. It's so weird. So again, I turned this horizontal. It's easier for me to see for whatever reason. And so I'm making sure this is straightish. I can't use any of what I already have in there. I don't want to use this, but I am thinking I may use this in here and put some of these flowers there. Let's see. So I have this one, which I don't love, but we can just put this like that. No, I don't know. I don't love that. So let me go back. I have a little piece that left over. I'm going to cut about 1/2 inch of that, and then about 3/4. This is, guys, you don't really need a whole lot of this, right? Like this is probably like 3.5 inches by, I said, a 1/2 inch. And I'm just going to put this one in here. And I'm going to bring this other little piece. I'm going to put it in here. No, a little higher, maybe there. And we're going to bring these flowers, in spite of the fact that I don't love this one. And I'm going to bring this one. Whoops, this one is going to go up here. These are just the leftovers I had. I'm going to bring these other one too in here, just like so. And we're going to bring this one and put it in the middle, just there. And so we have also decorated our inside, which I rarely ever do. I think that I always leave them open, so just in case I need to make a change, or I just don't know where they're going to go to. So ta-da! That is your card. Isn't this super cute, guys? Let me bring this up. Oh, I forgot one thing. So we have the 2023-2025 in color dots, and I am thinking we can put one of those in here, or use the iridescent ones. And I am I think I want the iridescent ones, guys. Oh, I found my, take your pick. It's on the floor, guys. I really like these iridescent ones because they just match everywhere, right? Oops, look at that. That's not good. Okay, let me fix this. But I'm going to put them all in there. Okay, this one kind of like got all messed up with my... that one, okay. One more. Try 2. So I'm going to put 1 on each of those. It just works very, very well. These iridescent ones are low. I'm going to leave it like that. Are lovely because they do match anywhere, right? So I'm going to put 1 in there, 1 in here. I'm gonna bring one of those big ones, which actually really work well because they will be much more noticeable. Maybe if I put it right. I'm gonna put them in here, like close there, so you can actually see it just because they're so big, right? And I'm gonna bring another one, and I don't know why this is not working, but I'm gonna bring another one up here, down here, not up here. I'm gonna bring one of those middle ones, and I'm gonna put one right there. Okay, and I really think it was a great idea to choose the iridescent ones, guys. Okay, finally we got it. So this is it. Let me see. Isn't this beautiful, guys? I love the iridescent ones because it just like pops up really well in here without creating a lot of clash, and these work really well around those. So let me bring the other one. This was my practice card. I'm using the same tartan foil specialty paper in the Lost Lagoon, and I decided to mix and match with these gorgeous petal pink and calypso coral, and these are Daffodil Delight and Crush Curry. These little flowers, which I absolutely love, are from last year annual catalog, and I forgot the name, but I have them right here. They are called fun flower shapes, resin shapes, and I have loved them very much. So I love all the detail using the Celebrate from the Wanted to Say dies. I did bring some um, Winkastella in here, and the inside has another of those flowers and just some same concept as we did in here, right? Putting extra flowers as decoration, but this one just had one, and those are the two cards. Guys, I hope you like this idea. I hope that it inspires you to create and use different and alternative ways of using your dies. And I do hope, guys, you have a wonderful rest of your day in this coming week. Sending lots and lots of hugs to you all. Well, let me come back up here. Much better. I am here again, sending lots of hugs to you all. Thank you for being here, for being my crafting buddies, and for supporting my channel. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you like the content. Also, if you don't mind sharing, it does helps me a lot here in YouTube and helps me a lot in general. Please let me know in the comments if you like the card. Let me know which one you like best, which color combo is your favorite. Thank you and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Bye.